Ahoj, zdravím všechny nadšence češtiny. Hello, greetings to all the Czech language enthusiasts. Today I have another episode on prepositions, and this time we are going to have a look at the preposition za. Maybe some of you remember I already mentioned this preposition in another episode, and it was in context with other prepositions of place. For example, za, behind, před, in front, mezi, in between, and two other prepositions. And I mentioned they can take accusative or instrumental, depends how we use them. In that particular episode, I only spoke about the prepositions of place, because za is a very important preposition. I am coming back to this particular preposition. Za can be used in terms of place, time, and means, and we already covered place, so that's something we will not discuss here. If you want, you are more than welcome to watch the video from June. And now let's begin. How do we use the preposition za when it comes to time? We can use it in terms of frequency. We want to say how frequently we do something. For example, dvakrát za den, twice in a day. Čistím si zuby dvakrát za den. I brush my teeth twice a day. This could be easily replaced by denně, dvakrát denně, twice daily. But za is more handy when we have something which is not singular, like here. Jednou za 2 měsíce. Once in 2 months. Jezdíme na návštěvu jednou za 2 měsíce. We go for a visit once in 2 months. So we could talk about frequency, how many times a day, etc. However, we can also talk about future, like here. When I wanted to say in how much time something will happen. Za týden can also mean something will happen in a week. Of course, you need context to be able to make a distinction between whether it's frequency or whether it's sometime in the future. Zavolám za týden, I'll call in a week. Zavolám za týden. But if you say volám jednou za týden, I call once a week. So in this case, when you talk about frequency, you also have to say how many times in that particular period of time. Jednou za týden, dvakrát za týden, 5krát za týden. Very common sentence, přijdu za chvíli. Přijdu za chvíli, I'll come in a moment. Za chvíli. I didn't speak about cases, but when you look at this, za chvíli, what case is this? What do you think? Dvakrát za den, za 2 měsíce, okay, it's not very clear here, za týden, but here you can see, za chvíli. It's followed by the accusative case when we talk about time. If you want to see another clear example of the accusative case, I could say přijdu za hodinu. I'll come in an hour. Za hodinu. That's clear accusative. Now we are going to speak about za used as in during. It's not the most common use, but we could also use it. These forms would be a little bit more archaic. Some of them became idiomatic expressions. The first one is a clear example. Za bílého dne. This means in broad daylight. Ukradli mi kolo za bílého dne. They stole my bike in broad daylight. You can see in Czech it literally means during a white day when it was daylight. Does this look like accusative to you? Nope. Surprise! Překvapení. This is definitely not accusative. None of this is. This is genitive. That's a nice surprise. You don't have to worry because za followed by a genitive is a very rare occasion. As I said, it would be in these idiomatic expressions. It doesn't have many uses. Next example, which is also kind of idiomatic expression. Za každého počasí. In all weathers. Za každého počasí. Za každého počasí jezdím na kole. I ride a bicycle in all weathers. Rain or shine. Also, when we speak about a period of time, za druhé světové války, genitive of course, during the Second World War, za druhé světové války. And then equally, you could also use it when we speak about during someone's reign. It could be a king, it could be a politician. For example, České země za vlády Karla IV. Karel IV. Was one of our important and famous kings. This is not the proper term of how our country was called before. The Czech kingdom, České země, the Czech countries, the Czech kingdom, za vlády during the reign of Karel IV., Charles IV. And you don't have to say vlády. Vlády means of the reign of the government, but you could even leave it out. České země za Karla IV. By the way, if you're wondering how to read the fourth, it would be like this. Čtvrtého. The fourth. Čtvrtého. Karla IV. This is genitive. Za vlády. Vlády Karla IV. Two genitives back to back. Equally as you have za bílého dne, you could also say za noci. During the night, but that sounds a little archaic. You can hear it in songs and maybe read it in poems.
Za tichých nocí.
Za noci. There was it for the time, and now we are going to have a look at za, used as a means. Usually when we want to exchange something, when we talk about paying specifically, then you often have za, and that's the most common use. Very important to remember. One good thing is, these are all followed by the accusative case. Platím za kávu a polévku. I'm paying for the coffee and a soup. For example, if you go for a work lunch, and there are several people, and then each of you will pay their part. So you go to the waiter or waitress and you tell them, já platím za kávu a za polévku. Or you can just say za kávu a polévku. But you can add za again here. And then they tell you, okay, so you are paying for these. We're talking about an exchange. You gave me coffee and soup and I give you money. Accusative za kávu a polévku. Or imagine that you want to pay for your colleague. So you would say, platím za kolegyni. I'm paying for my colleague. So when it comes to paying, we can express for what is it that we're paying, or also for whom is it that we're paying, who we cover in the payment. Like here, platím za kolegyni. I'm paying for my colleague. Platím za nás oba. If you go out with a friend and then you say, I'm paying for both of us. Platím za nás oba. Or platím za všechny. You're very generous. I'm paying for all of us. Za nás všechny, we could add for all of us. Or za všechny, for everybody. And also when you express how much something is, for how much money you pay. Káva dnes jen za 30 korun. Today, coffee is only for 30 crowns. So we could say these all could be translated as for. And then it can also appear in terms like účet za elektřinu. An electricity bill. Literally, this is bill for the electricity. Účet za elektřinu. Or you could say účet za telefon, for the phone. Účet za plyn, for the gas. Or you could say poplatky, which means fees. Poplatky za elektřinu. The fees for the electricity. When you want to rent an apartment and I tell you, poplatky za elektřinu jsou 1000 korun. Poplatky za plyn jsou 800 korun. And I would like to mention one more thing. Summer is full of opportunities, and one of those great opportunities is to practice your Czech. Maybe you remember my course When Czech Stories Are Never Better, which focuses on colloquial Czech, but also gives you a little overview of grammar through 15 entertaining stories from Prague. But the special offer is that the course is now on discount. Plus, when you purchase this course with a specific code that you find here, the specific link, you are also entitled to have a 50-minute lesson with me, included in this package. So click on the link below the video, purchase this course, and anytime you are ready, you can schedule a lesson with me. You just contact me on the Udemy platform, send me a message. I'll be looking forward to speaking to you, practicing Czech, or answer any questions that you have regarding the Czech language. Mějte se krásně. Ahoj!